For the Freight Fraud Task Force, welcome to the Tic Toc Diner Podcast, where we serve up freight fraud with a side of prevention. Grab a menu and have a seat. Your server will be right with you. Here is your head chef and host, the double broker bounty hunter, John Cantera.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the Tic Toc Diner. I'm the double broker bounty hunter, John Cantera, and with me is a special guest co-host, Adam Spencer. Adam, how you doing today, sir?
Living the dream. That's a sexy intro, bro. I love it.
You like that? Folks, that's my new intro. I just did that this week. Hopefully, y'all like it. Please leave your comments in the comment section. I'm not that good with AI or any of that fun stuff yet, but I've been playing a lot with it, and I'm learning a lot really fast. Because I was talking to some colleagues of mine last week, and they were telling me, John, if you don't learn to embrace AI and start using it, it will leave you behind. So I don't know if that holds true for this industry, but we'll see. Dude, Adam, I missed Road Dog Coffee this morning. What the heck happened at Road Dog Coffee?
I was yelling at Spencer because he sent me some bogus coffee. No, he sent me some bourbon coffee to try, and I forgot, and it didn't have an air valve on it, so it got really strong. I made my cold brew this morning and jumped on the show, and I took a drink. I'm like, oh, I can't drink this. It tastes like turpentine. He goes, you idiot. That was the bourbon coffee. I'm like, oh, whoops.
You did that on the air?
No, it wasn't on air. It was before.
Damn, that would have been hilarious. Oh, man.
For good content.
It would have. And hanging out today with us, we have Gerald Trucker G Johnson. Trucker G, how the heck are you doing today, man?
He's frozen, bro.
He's frozen. Yeah, I mean, I thought noon was a good time for everybody. Apparently, out in the Ozarks, they're still recovering. It's that moonshine, I guess. Gerald, you still with us?
The moonshine is that wireless internet.
Yeah, he's got to be using that satellite stuff, We'll wait till he gets back. Oh, there he goes. Are you with us now?
Maybe.
There you are. We got you now.
Well, that's one of the things about living out in the middle of nowhere. You just never know what your internet connection is going to be.
Yep.
Oh, we didn't know if it was your internet or your moonshine. One or the other.
Never know around these parts.
Ain't that the truth?
We ain't got that bourbon coffee yet.
That was my mistake. Probably should have opened that a little sooner.
Yeah. I still haven't gotten my damn cigars from him. I'm still waiting on those damn cigars.
I'm waiting on my moose shit coffee mug. That's the one I'm promised that's in the mail.
You guys had me on here, guys. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Happy to have you.
I saw you on the lounge last week, and I thought what you had to offer was really interesting. Like, I talk to drivers all the time, obviously as a broker and a freight agent, and it would amaze you at the number of drivers that have absolutely no clue what their cost per mile to operate is.
Nope. And
how to run a business. So I'm super interested in deep diving and learning more about your tools.
Yeah, I just
with that being said, hit it.
Just built the tools for the drivers. Every tool being built out there ever since I've started driving has been built by big tech, and we've seen how those tools work by big tech. They know nothing about driving. They don't know what it's like to sit in a dock for 5 hours waiting on a load of strawberries coming out of the field, and you have to wait for them to cool down. They don't know nothing about all that. But they put the numbers down on a piece of paper and they tell you this is what you're going to profit. They don't know what you're going to profit. You know what you're going to profit if you add your numbers right. You got all the numbers available to you. Add them right.
Yep.
And so we just made it easy for you.
Well, why don't you go ahead and describe what it is you got for everybody?
Well, my biggest thing is training in the industry. I mean, it goes from CDL training all the way up to business owner operators. Like the tools of knowing your numbers. I'm not really here to try to help an owner operator try to be a better owner operator. I'm not, or should I say better? Should I say tell you how to run your business? You know how to run your business. I'm not telling you nothing that you ain't going to learn on your own or already haven't learned. I'm just trying to give you tools to get easier and give you tools to protect yourself.
I'll
Go ahead.
be perfectly honest. I think a lot of people get into this business and they actually have no freaking clue how to run a business.
You're right.
I think that's half the problem we have.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. So basically, I was trying to be nice about it, John. I really was.
Oh no, I call spade a spade, man.
No, I hear you. But it's hard to tell some of these guys because some of them have been successful, what they call successful. Like I had a guy tell me, well, hell, I grossed $294,000 last year, and heck, I netted 94 of that. Is that really a business? I mean, yeah, you made a living. But hell, I can go to work for Walmart and not have no overhead, not have no risk, and make the same amount, if not more.
Fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Fair. Absolutely. And then you're not worried about the truck. You're not worried about fuel. You're not. I tell people all the time that so many owner operators are one serious mechanical malfunction away from bankruptcy, from losing the truck, from losing everything.
Half of them don't even know it. I mean,
we're without a doubt.
What the load profitability, what they think their load profitability is, without adding their true cost per mile in there, thinking, well, heck, I just made $1.28 on this off this load. No, you didn't add the cost of what it costs you to run that load. You just took a loss, is what you just did, and you brought the rates down for the rest of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what we've been struggling with for 4.5 years now. We're finally seeing a turn. And now we got two big brick walls in front of us. Insurance rates have spiked over the last 12 months, and now fuel. I mean, hell, we can't seem to buy a brake these days.
No, and the insurance thing. I mean, that goes right back into the fraud protection. Insurance companies, the more claims that they have, the more reasons they have to raise those rates, whether they need to be raised or not. Heck, on paper it looks good. Let's raise them. Well, let's start building tools to stop this fraud from happening. That way we don't have to raise the rates.
Yeah, my only problem with a lot of the fraud tools that are out there is that they don't stop fraud. And I criticize folks like Highway, MCP, RMIS, Carrier 411 and whatnot, because they're out there for profit. And so with the tools that they build aren't designed to end fraud. They're just designed to kind of help. They provide information for people who know how to think their way through it. And it's about how you use those tools as to whether or not you're able to save yourself from a fraudulent event. But they're not interested in getting rid of all fraud. They make money off it at the end of the day. At least that's just my opinion.
You're right. But at the end of the day, also, you're never going to stop fraud. I mean, hell, crook's a crook. But what you can do is you can deter them. If I have every business in my neighborhood with a big padlock on the front gate, and you have a crook walk down that street, and only one of those gates ain't padlocked, which one are they going to go to?
Ain't that the truth?
So if you can protect yourself and actually make it harder for these crooks to steal your identity, your authority, and clone your authority, and you can actually protect yourself and catch it, well, it makes them harder. It makes it harder for them to do it. Then it's not cost effective to do it. Then it becomes, well, let's find a different scam.
That's always been my viewpoint and what we do at the task force. Make you a difficult target. Make you a hard target. If you can be made a hard target, then they move on to the next person. Because let's face it,
100%.
there there are some 600 new carriers every freaking week getting into this business. And now that rates are coming up, those numbers are going to start increasing. There's going to be a spike in registrations over at FMCSA coming. I can just see it in the breeze.
Yeah.
So with all that going on, that's new suckers every week being added to the industry. And if they, to your point, don't know their business, don't understand the business, they don't understand what it is that they're getting themselves into, they become susceptible to the bad guys that are out there that are just waiting for them to start. I mean, everyone who's started their business in the last 5 years knows that the instant you get your authority, your phone just blows up like a mother with all the scammers, the scam dispatch services, the scam insurance companies, the scam lenders. They blow you up. And
you're fixing to get some emails from me too, because all your guys' data is public. I have half of it.
Exactly. Absolutely. So they wonder, why do people keep calling me?
I'm just agreeing with you, John. I was 100% agreeing with you, brother.
Oh, no, I didn't say it. It's just absolutely nuts. It really is kind of crazy how things are going. Now you've got this platform, Authority Watch, that you got. Tell us about your Authority Watch.
It's for truckers by truckers, and it's in Authority Watch is one of the tools in the platform. There's many tools in there. I've got a lease checker for you. I've got a settlement analyzer, because we know how some of them settlements are an inch thick and you can't read them. That's designed for a reason, guys, for you lease operators. But for your new authorities, what it is, I set it up for free. We're going to check your authority every 48 hours. Going to send you an email if anything's changed, because what they're going to do is they're going to go in there and they're going to clone your identity, clone your authority. They're going to change something by a dot, maybe a dash, something that you're not going to see very often. Everybody checks our authority but us. I mean, the shipper checks it, the insurance company checks it. We're not checking our own authority. How often are you checking your authority, guys, to making sure it hasn't been changed?
Yeah, it's been a couple of years now, but when we first started seeing bad guys cloning authorities, it was because, and most people still don't know this actually happened. In March of 2023, DOT suffered an attack from a bunch of hackers, and there were some DOT employee data was released, but the big thing that was stolen were DOT PIN numbers. Every active DOT PIN number as of March of 2023 was compromised. So that's how a lot of these guys went in and started changing everybody's information in Safer. They would go through Safer, because Safer is public. They would go through Safer, find the types of authorities they wanted. You know, the guys that had a year of authority, that had clean records, etc. And then they would file fake MCS 150 forms using the stolen PIN IDs, and then change all the contact information. That's how they started hijacking it. And there's a ton of people out there who still have not changed their DOT PIN number. So if you're one of those people who have not changed your DOT PIN number, then you need to make sure that you do that pretty damn quick, because you can still be a target.
Yes, 100%. What we do is we go in there for free. For every 48 hours, we'll check your authority, and if anything's changed, we'll send you an email. We do have a paid service for $9.99 a month. We'll check it every single day, multiple checks, and send you also email and text message, and keep you up to date. And that's for multiple MCs, up to 3 MCs, I believe it is. I think that's what I allowed. And then I have one for fleets for $24.99. Unlimited MCs. I mean, I can't go no cheaper than that, because it costs me money to run all the checks.
Yep, that's actually pretty. I think that's pretty fair.
Give me 2 seconds, guys. You go right ahead.
I'd like to make every single tool I have free to drivers, to be honest with you guys. But like I said, I'm off the road now, and it costs me money to operate this stuff, because I have to pay for services also in order to run.
Yeah, API calls and all that stuff.
Exactly, 100%. And it's not just me operating, guys. I actually put a team together. one of my good friends now.
Look at that. We got your first sale. JR.
Yeah, I appreciate it, brother.
Don't worry, G. I'll send you my invoice for my 10%.
Yeah, if you go to four Truckers by Truckers, if you click at the top, it says tools. That'll take you where all the tools are. Just scroll down through the tools because there's a lot of useful tools in there, guys.
Is that the letter 4 or the number 4 or spelled out 4?
The number 4, Truckers by Truckers.
There you go. Yeah, Jenny is blowing me up. So Jen Cressman, folks, she has been beating me up to get her in here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her in. Good morning, Jenny.
Good morning. I wanted to share the
Jenny,
stage.
how you doing, sweetheart?
Good. How are you? I wanted to share the stage with Gerald here. He had a lot of comments on our podcast the other week, so I wanted to get up here with him.
Okay. Yeah. Huh?
I said you guys have a great show. You really do. I wish I heard about this sooner.
Well, this is episode. I think we're at episode 17.
Okay,
so
it's actually pretty new then.
It's fairly new. Actually, we started doing podcasts on fraud in the industry. It was actually Jenny and I first started that back when we were with another trucking organization. It was almost 3 years ago now. And then when we both left that organization, that show went away. I started another one with Kate Price, Stop the Scam. That went away about not a year ago, about 6 months ago, and then I started this with the Freight Fraud Task Force. So it's been a lot of fun. And Jenny, this is your third appearance now, I think.
Third or fourth.
18.
Third or fourth, yeah.
You're getting to be, I guess, a regular. I don't know, but we'll let that label build as it were. I can't stand Diet Pepsi. I so much prefer Diet Coke.
Well, I actually have a question for Jenny. Is Jenny like trapped in a bottle, or is she just hitting on the bottle?
So the reason I have my moniker is Jenny in a Bottle is because I had a client that always used to come on and say, "She's my genie in a bottle. She always gets me paid." So I made the play on words, Jenny in a Bottle, because I was the genie in a bottle. So
you're not a lush or nothing.
Nah, no. That used to be a long time ago, but I quit drinking many years ago.
You're not like Adam drinking bourbon coffee or nothing, right?
No, no. That's just Adam.
It was an accident. I'm sorry.
He actually had Bailey's in his coffee. I saw him. He thought it was a creamer, and he put that Bailey's in there.
It's the Irish in him.
Irish up that coffee a little bit.
The only Irish is here, and it's turning white due to stress. So
it happens, bro.
Yeah. No, I think I started going gray in my mid-30s. Welcome to Logistics, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm almost 50, and this is natural. I don't color my hair or anything, so.
I couldn't see it. It disappeared behind your living room.
Sorry. There, you can see right there. See?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
I'll be 50 next year. I'm 49 and a third.
So, so Gerald, your Authority Watch, do they have to register to get that information from you, or do you just send that out?
Yeah, what you're going to do is you'll go in there and you'll put your MC number in there, and you put your email address in there. That way, it can inform you. It's going to go into the FMCSA. It's going to start running your authority on its own and do the checks. And then if it sees anything different within your authority, it's going to notify you. That's the easiest way to explain it.
So
your first client's already telling you got a problem.
Okay. Well, see, this is what I needed, guys. I need real world feedback from you guys.
Bro, we're gonna crash.
Okay, everyone, go to the website and now crash it.
Yeah, please. I mean, sounds to me like I need to get my team working.
I don't know what that team's doing, but they better get jiggy.
Oh man, what was that? Okay, yeah. I'm not in my usual spot, so I don't have my usual setup going, and I click the wrong thing from time to time. I apologize. Jenny, you watch my show all the time. What do you think of my new startup?
It's It's
What do you
good.
think?
I like it.
Did it do all right?
It's all
Okay.
right.
All right. I tell you, like I was saying, I suck with AI tools. I'm still learning. It's a pain in the tail, and being an old dog trying to learn new tricks, it's always a challenge. But yeah, being in this business, you got no choice. You got to adapt. You got to learn this stuff, man. As Gerald was talking about earlier, man, the knowing your cost per mile. Oh my God, how many truckers can you walk up to today and they know what their cost per mile on their current load is looking like?
Less than
Okay.
3%.
I
It's
mean,
probably
I remember when I was dispatching. When I was dispatching, that was the very first question I asked prospective client. I would say, okay, what's your average cost per mile? Or actually, I would say, what's your average CPM? And they would say, what's a CPM?
Well, this goes back to my whole thing about the needing more education behind getting that piece of plastic. How many times have I said that? For 3 years, I've harped on that about needing a week of business training behind the week of 2 weeks of schooling that you get to learn to drive a truck to decide, do you really want to be a business owner and what all is entailed?
Because make no mistake, even though you may be an owner operator and leasing onto a real carrier, you're still running a business. You still got to pay for the truck. You still got to pay for your fuel. You still got to pay all your bills, whatever portion of the business you have to pay for that's in your contract with your motor carrier you signed on. Oh my God, I don't think these people even begin to think how to get through this entire process. It is a process. I don't
JR
think
Most
anyone
guys,
knows
ever
most guys,
understands.
John, and the COVID boom was proof of this. Most guys saw quick dollar signs. They did not get in with any real business plan. They went out and leased the most expensive truck from Lone Mountain they could find that would get them on the road the fastest possible. They started making money, and then when the money died off, they died out.
because you're right, they didn't know how to be real business owners. And you didn't have to do anything to make money during COVID. You just got the truck put on
Most
the road
everybody
and
It
it
was
was and
making
it
existed.
was and it was a money mill. But now that then once COVID died off and we went to abnormally low lows, people didn't know how to rebound from that and where to, pivot to get more money.
No,
But now
100%.
we're watching history. We're watching history begin to repeat itself. Okay, we are seeing rates climb at the same pace that they did back post COVID, and we may hit those numbers again at some point. And if we hit those numbers again, how many more people are going to just jump in thinking they can make $1 million a year after they buy a truck? I mean, there are so
How
many.
many
Hey, get in
how
trucking.
many guys how many guys went out and bought a 3500 and a 36-foot flatbed hotshot trailer when they started watching Shipping Wars?
Oh my God. Hey, the worst part is they're still doing
Yeah.
it. They are still doing it. I don't know how many people called me over the last 4 years, including in the last 6 months, that said, hey, I just got my authority. I got 40-foot hot shot. What can you do for me? Park you for 6 months?
Nothing. And that's the other thing is nobody does their research with fraud and what has happened. Most of your big house brokers have gone to a minimum of 6 months to 1 year of authority before they'll even touch you.
Oh yeah.
And I've had numerous guys call me over the last year. Yeah, I want to get on board with you guys. Hey, what's your MC number? Oh, 17. I'm going to stop you right there. Talk to me in 12 months.
Have we hit the 1/8 yet?
I think they just started.
Or we're right at it.
Yeah, it's yeah. I can't. I am dumbfounded by the new people coming in who still don't understand what's going on. I'm dumbfounded by the number of people out there using YouTube University to think they're going to make $1 million. And yes, I understand the irony. We are on YouTube as well, but they think they're going to make $1 million off this crap, and they're just not.
No.
Like, guys, I'm sorry. Trucking is not what it was 40 years ago. Okay, it has changed a huge part, and there are other things that systemically have to change in this industry to bring back the glory days of trucking. But let's be serious here. Trucking is now full of foreign drivers. Hopefully, that will soon change. Foreign dispatch services. Hopefully, that will soon change. And other types of entities that just have no freaking clue what the hell they're doing. So they are just running to the load board, grabbing the first load they see, forget the fact that it only pays $1 a mile, grabbing the first load they see and saying, oh, it pays $3,000. Yeah, dude, you're going to spend $5,000 to get there. So have fun.
Yeah.
I just don't get these people. I really don't.
It's the same story we've heard for how many years now?
I just wish that they would all go get their HVAC and plumbers contractors licenses and get out of trucking.
Are you having problems with your air conditioning and your plumbing lately in your house?
Always. You can never find HVAC contractors or plumbers that can get to you quickly. There's not enough. There's a nationwide shortage. If you listen to, Mike Rowe and his show Mike Rowe Works, by 2030, they're estimating over 1 million short. I think it's a crazy number. Don't quote me because I don't have the exact one, but it's a crazy number of how short we're going to be on people who can work on plumbing, electrical, and HVAC.
Well, it's not just that. How about diesel mechanics? Well, there's a huge shortage. It's the skilled trades. The skilled trades have taken one hell of a beating over the last 20 years. And there's just no one there. And those who are in it are all retiring or dying off. And yeah, guys, there's a lot of money to be made. If you're brand new to trucking, perhaps you might want to rethink that decision. Now, seriously, this can be a great career if you know what you're doing when you first come in. Gerald, you do a lot of training. Are you like an instructor at some schools? Do you have your own school?
I instructed for many years. I was a owner operator, company driver, lease operator. I made every mistake every driver should ever make. That's how I learned. I learned by doing it the stupid way, and I learned by listening to guys that knew more about the industry than I did, and actually learning. And then once you start learning, then you can start teaching and passing on the knowledge that you have acquired. And that's what we kind of lack in this industry. A lot of us want to, and I don't like to say a lot of us, but I just like to say it that way. That way everybody feels inclusive. But there's so much predatory guys in this industry trying to just make a profit off another driver. And don't
There's
know what
not
it's
just
like
that. It's a very type A industry. And if, you'll probably can attest to this, G, is that so many drivers are loners. They don't want to be a part of a team. They don't want to follow directions. They want to be their own person and be an owner operator, make their own decisions, live their own life. And so they're not out there trying to help other people. They're out there keeping to themselves, making their money and going their own way.
But even 10 years ago, if you broke down on the side of the road, okay, a trucker usually pulled over to say, hey, something we can do to help you. Even if you're a four-wheeler, they're pulling over to try to help you. Where did that go? What happened in this industry? We don't do that anymore.
We got cell phones.
They're trying to slice each other's nuts off.
We got cell phones and we put the CB down.
Yeah, too many trucks don't have CBs in them. I think CBs should be mandatory in trucks no matter what anyways, and I think you should have to have them on because it's a good, when you have a pile up and you're stopped, dead traffic, stopped ahead, you can be calling out to those trucks coming up behind you so they're prepared for this and they're not running into the back end of all of this traffic that's stopped.
Yep.
Yeah, when I had my box truck fleet 6 years ago, every last one of them was equipped with a CB radio. Every last one. I never walked away from the CBs. In fact, the last car I owned before I bought Adam's favorite car of mine,
it's not a car.
I actually had a CB radio in that as well in my car. So I mean, I love it. But of course, I also grew up around CB radios. My father was a flight engineer in AWACS aircraft during Vietnam, and as a hobby, he built CB radios.
That's cool.
So when I first grew up, he had this huge set in my room. This radio that he built, and he had this really fancy microphone. God, I wish I was in my home studio. I could show you the mic, and it was just super cool. And we used to hang out. I even had my own handle. I was Rocket Boy. My dad was Rocket Man, and my mom was Launchpad.
Oh hell. Poor mom.
That's a throwback. I'm sorry. Okay, I digress.
Poor mom got burnt.
Oh. So, what's it? If you were in a classroom right now, G, what would you tell these new guys today? What one piece of advice would you give somebody today?
I didn't hear the very first part of the question. I'm sorry, John.
If you were in a classroom right now with a bunch of new students, what's the first thing you would tell these guys today?
Classroom is going to be a whole different ballpark. I mean, they done decided they're going to come into the industry before they even got in the classroom. I'd want you to research the industry and know what direction you want to go. I mean, know what your opportunities in life are. I mean, if you got a scholarship waiting on you to become a civil engineer, and this actually happened to me with a trainee, I refused to train one time. He came out on the road with me, and I told him, dude, I'm not training you. You've got too much of a future, and I refuse to be part of it. And I trained it for about a week and that's when I finally told him I'm done training you. I taught him enough to become a truck driver, and I said, but I'm not finishing it. You're gonna have to get another instructor. Know what you want in life, because if you don't, you're gonna hurt somebody. Know the safety aspect of this industry before you even set foot in that school.
I would tell people to find an old school truck driver and spend a week with them, or spend some time talking to them and getting their.
Have you ever tried to do that nowadays? As a young man,
You can't find them. Can't find them these days.
It's hard to get any veteran truck driver, and I hate to say it because I'm one of them, to talk to a newbie.
That's because most newbies don't really want to listen.
There you go, and that's just it. I found out that a lot of them do. Those are the ones that we just never hear from. Those are the ones I get private messages from on Facebook, asking me the questions because they're afraid that somebody else might hear it and they're going to feel embarrassed about it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is? Embarrassment?
A lot of it is. There, as a young man, you just don't want to admit what you don't know.
Well, remember, John, when we were in that prior organization together, and people would post comments in Facebook, and everybody would just ridicule them for, how can you even ask that question? And you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So they're afraid to ask. So I give them a safe place a safe place to ask. Guys, I'm not going to judge you for anything you ask me. I'm going to give you an answer, and if I don't know the answer, I'm going to seek somebody that does.
And that's why, in addition to, helping my clients collect money and doing the compliance and safety aspect and getting them insurance ready, I also advise my clients on anything that they have a question about. I have arms that are far reaching in this industry, and I've been in this industry for over 2 decades and in multiple capacities, that my industry-wide knowledge is worth its weight in gold. And I tell them, even if you don't think I know the answer, ask the question to me anyways. I'll find someone that does if I don't have it.
I'm glad you said that, Jenny, because like I was telling you about the tools, those tools ain't built on my knowledge, John. Those tools are built on the stuff that you guys have said. I've taken everything that every driver that has told me over these years, and I put their knowledge into these tools, because this isn't stuff I made up.
Yep.
It's the combined knowledge of decades of industry experience, and that's what I think a lot of different systems that are designed to fight fraud don't take into account. I deal with a lot of tech types, and they want to build a platform, and they build a platform for looks, they build a platform for functionality, but the question that I ask is, did you talk to the guy who's going to use the platform and see what they want out of it? And I think that there's a lot lost in translation, because everything wants to look sexy, and everything wants it to be pretty and do all these cool things. Is it worth it?
Computer nerds aren't going to listen to us. They know what we want. Just ask them.
we're going to start seeing a change in that, guys. And this is going to be a little tidbit of information to you guys. If you ever run across a software developer and he gets really interested in what you have to say about trucking, it's not because he cares about trucking. He's fixing to build something, and you're giving away some very good knowledge that could cost you a lot of money, because you come talk to me come talk to a guy like me and say, hey, gee, we want to build this, and we'll build it for you, and you'll own it.
Build it and they will come.
Otherwise, you're going to give him the knowledge. He's going to build it, and guess who owns it? He does.
Yep.
Off of what you just told him.
100%.
Oh yeah. Part of me regrets.
I told you I put together with a guy named Kevin Irwin for MySpace. That's kind of what we're starting to do is I'm going to put together, and any driver that wants anything built, we'll build it for you. You tell us what your budget is, what you want to build. It's not going to be some thousands and thousands of dollars like these software developers. It's going to be affordable to the driver. And if you got a leg to stand on, hell, we might build it for free and just take 5% profit.
Man, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. Oh.
That's what For Truckers Buy Trucks is about. It's about bringing it back to us instead of tech owning it and building the stuff, and then they end up designing stuff that we can't use and it don't work for us. Like the fraud watch that they have now, it protects the shippers and it protects the brokers. It does not protect the carriers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fraudulent brokering is a big problem too.
There are enough of them out there. I mean, hell, the whole double brokering craze began because you had fake brokers sitting there and getting their hands on loads. It's mind blowing how we haven't gotten to this point yet. It's also mind blowing how much the driver has been ignored in a lot of the things that get built. I mean, there are a couple guys out there who actually do stuff. You know, I look at Jimmy at Red Rocket. He did some stuff for truckers. I know Dale Prax is trying to make his platforms more modular and more affordable for truckers. But this is the kind of thing we need. Gee, the stuff that you're building, the stuff that you've put together, the concepts that you have, this is what we need. This is what drivers need out there on the road, because it is all about the drivers. At the end of the day, this industry is about the drivers. The drivers are the ones who are putting it all on the line. They're the ones who are putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and yet they're not the ones who are making the money off of it.
No. We're the ones that wind up paying for all this stuff, guys. All this software comes out, and all these carriers decide, okay, we need this, we need this. Guess who ends up getting charged for it? We end up paying for it. We pay for the people nets and the call comms and all this other stuff. At the end of the day, it's getting charged back to us, and there's no meat left on the bone.
You can tell G's an old style trucker. The only people who ever use that expression. Meat on the bone.
I mean, I don't mind stuck in the marrow, but at the end of the day, you can only get so much out of there.
Are you kidding me? I need it for the soup. But seriously though, we don't see enough love for the drivers. I mean, we are actually in an industry where they have to make a freaking law to let a driver use a bathroom. I mean, what is this insanity? You know, and yet there are lots of people trying to jump into this thinking they can make money in this business, and they don't know their the front of the truck from the tail. I won't get any worse than that.
I've gotten hundreds of CDL drivers or hundreds of guys that are CDL throughout the years, guys, and I'm not exaggerating. And out of those hundreds that have gotten their CDL for, I can count on one hand how many guys are still in the truck.
How come that doesn't surprise me? I think any single time, not every single time, but damn near, every time I pick up the phone from a truck driver looking for some help from the task force, the accent is not domestic. Let's put it that way.
They don't say y'all. But there's not a shortage of CDL holders. There's just a shortage of truck drivers. The CDL holders how many have gotten out of the business because they're just tired of it. Like myself, I have myself, restricted so I don't have to get my medical card right now because I'm not driving, but I still have a Class A CDL. I can go get a truck tomorrow if I go get a medical exam.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I always told all my students, I can teach a monkey how to drive a truck. I can't teach you to be a truck driver. It's either in you or it's not. Either you can do it or you.
So do you think the change for the industry of going to manual transmissions has anything to do with this? I've heard a lot of people say that that's a big reason.
I know a lot of people have that feeling, but at the end of the day, as I got older, I mean, my last truck had 18 speed in it. But I tell you what, after I got that 18 speed, and I was thinking to myself, I sure wish they could make it an automatic that shipped like I did. You know what I mean? That way I didn't have to do it. But back in the day when your pickup truck, all you could get was a manual. Are you still bitch about not having a manual in your Dodge?
I would.
That's kind of what it's going to wind
up
being. Give it another 20 years, and then it's going to be just like it was when they went from automatic to manual in a vehicle.
This man drives an electric Mustang. He can't complain.
Do you really?
Yes, I actually bought a Mustang.
I mean, he ain't got to go very far to go anywhere, and he ain't got to worry about the cold messing the batteries up. So.
Yeah, that's very true. It's one of the nice things about Florida, and I work from home, and even my wife, who drives it every day, she only drives 20, 30 miles a day tops. So I mean, it's perfect for what we do. It's perfect.
I drove
this
weekend, and I'm not sold on them, and I wouldn't want one myself, but I was actually pretty impressed in the technology.
My wife was the one who really turned me on to EVs, and when I was when we were looking, we were shopping for this car, I was impressed with the amount of pickup it has, the torque. I was impressed with the range. The range has gotten a lot better over the last 10 years for a lot of these EVs, and it's frankly a lot of fun to drive. It really actually is. But I do miss my
also, or is that just a regular steering?
I'm sorry.
Does that have the fly-by-wire steering in it?
No, I think it's regular steering. I'm not positive. I'll have to double check that.
Okay, that Cybertruck, it's got fly-by-wire steering, and yeah, it's crazy.
I'm sorry. I don't know how you call that truck. I don't see how you call that a truck.
You drive an electric Mustang.
I never sat there instead with a truck. It's a crossover SUV. What do you expect? Sorry. It carries my stuff to the beach. That's all I care about.
A little bed.
Oh, you call that a bed? That's that. Anyway, I'll get off my opinions on the damn Cybertruck.
No, I'm not having. I wouldn't own none of them, to be honest with you. I wouldn't even own the Mustang, to be honest with you. But I am impressed with the technology.
You have to be. Yeah, I'll be perfectly honest. When I was doing box trucks, especially my local delivery runs, I did want to look into getting electric box trucks. I would have loved to have had that and not have to worry about that fuel cost. That would have saved me a fortune.
My new favorite thing is the electric fire trucks and the electric ambulances. I'm like, that's getting brazen there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and dip. I know that John's got a few more things to go on, but I just appreciate letting you come on and share in the show. I did put my information in the chat out there on YouTube, so if anybody needs my help, you know where to find me. But thanks for letting me come on and say hey to
She gave herself a free plug on G Show. You gotta love it.
Whoa.
Well, we're not competition. We're partners. We're partners. We're not competition. I
didn't know Jenny was in Memphis.
I'm not actually in Memphis. I've lived outside of Memphis for 20 some years, and right now I'm in Ohio. But
I just moved from Memphis to a year and a half ago.
Yep, I moved up here about last June, about almost a year ago now. So
we're all moving out. It's cool.
Yeah, this is where my family's from, so that's why I came back to Ohio
S-
for right now. I was helping to take care of my grandmother and whatever. So,
I feel you.
That's a tough job.
well, I appreciate letting me come on and share the show. I wanted to say hey to Trucker G. I really appreciated his comments the other week on my show, so just wanted to, give that shout out and appreciate you, John and Adam, for letting me come in today.
Take care of yourself, Jenny.
All right.
Jenny, good seeing you, sweetheart.
Jenny and I go way back, and it's always good to see her. And yes, I like to bust her chops from time to time. She does the same to me, but it's all good. It is
John,
all good.
I was one of those guys that you talked about in the industry that didn't get out of the truck. I mean, I got out of the truck and helped every single driver I ever could, but I didn't know nothing about social media and all that stuff and YouTube and Facebook for many years until like 2019. That's when I started my channel. But I did it because there were some guy was charging the other drivers $60 for a coaching phone call. So I got pissed and I did a video. And that's how I started off in social media. Before that, if you asked me if I'd have done a video, I'd have said, you're damn crazy. I'd rather smack you in the face than did a damn video, But I was one of those guys that kept to myself, but only helped guys that I seen that was struggling and needed help. I didn't think that they needed my help unless they asked. And then I
But
learned
I went through the same. I went through the same
they're not
thing.
going to
I
ask.
thought social media what was the stupidest thing in the world. I really honestly did. And until around the same time, 2018, 2019, and then I
Uh-huh.
finally started messing with it. Got into LinkedIn, and I saw the value in LinkedIn for building relationships on a professional level. And I never could really get into Facebook very much, nor X or any of those others. And I actually got into doing podcasts and all thanks to the guys on the lounge. The lounge had me on as a guest once, and it felt, how do I put this, therapeutic. Here I am. I'm working as a dispatcher. I'm doing a bunch of fraud stuff on the side. And all I talk to are brokers on a phone and a couple of dogs and cats all day long. That's it. So
Mittens.
Mittens, yes. And then Mittens is fine. She's back in Pensacola. I didn't bring her with me. Um, so doing these shows really helped me. One, because I love to teach. I did some teaching in the military, and when I have an opportunity to, I want to be able to try to help pass on what I've learned, like you. And it allowed me to get out there. I used to be super shy and in my own shell, and doing shows like this really helped me to open up and stuff. So I keep doing it. I love doing this stuff. Of course, I
You're
can't
good
do
at it, man.
all the production stuff. I can't do all the production stuff. I see some of these guys out there that they have these producers and all who do their social media for them and all. And
People want real.
which is why I always do my stuff. Which is why I always do my stuff live. I don't do anything recorded. One, editing takes forever, and two,
And I ain't good at
I like to be real. I want to be real. I want to be genuine. I want people to feel the passion that I have for the work that I do and for the knowledge I try to impart. So that's why I do everything live. It makes me feel so much better. I'll tell you, G, you need to have your own show. You need to do your own show. If you ever get your internet working right,
Yeah,
you
the
need to do your own
man needs
show.
Starlink before we jump that far. All right, let's baby steps.
I'm gonna have to look into the Starlink. What I'll do is I'll get the sign up. I'll get the sign up all fixed up on the site, and then maybe I'll get some sign ups, and I can get that Starlink.
There you go. There you go. Build it up. Build it up. Build it up. You got it. Well, you definitely have a bunch of fans around here. Anytime somebody's out there helping truckers to be truckers, that is always good stuff, because they're the trucker that I grew up with doesn't exist anymore, and it's a shame. It's something that we need in this world. It's something the industry needs, and we need that reliability. We need that dedication, because it does not exist out there anymore. We need the old school guys.
Old
Frankly,
school
we need
don't die.
back.
We got to keep dragging it with us, generation to generation. It's up to us to keep it alive.
Amen to that. We're coming towards the top.
Did Adam say he's got to go, or that was somebody else? I was looking at a
No,
comment on
I
the video
do.
side.
I unfortunately do need to wrap it up pretty quick. I don't know what has happened with today because it's been slow Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But of course, Thursday rolls around and everybody's hair is on fire.
That's usually what happens. That's usually what happens. We're coming up towards the top of the hour anyway. So, well, let's go ahead and start wrapping this up for everybody. G, go ahead and do your plugs. Where can anybody find you, et cetera, et cetera? Hit us.
Hit me up, 4truckers.com. Email address is truckerg@4truckersbytruckers. That's the number 4. And as far as John and your AI education that you're talking about, wanting to learn more about AI, wrote a book on it, brother. Don't be scared. AI for Beginners, the operator's model. It's actually a pretty good book. You'll enjoy it.
Oh, you'll have to send me a link over on LinkedIn. I'll go ahead and I'll put it out in the comments for this video. So if you're out there and you're a little scared of AI like I am, you can follow me through the journey.
Well, it's not really scary. What it is most people think it's some kind of magic box. AI is a tool. It's up to you to use it right. And most people are teaching prompts. Prompts ain't the answer, guys. It's clarity.
Not wrong.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to it. I've heard people talk a lot of good things about AI, and I know I need to grow. I need to learn. I need to go. See, even at 50, I'm still learning stuff. I'm loving it.
That's what's nice about 50. In our generation, we were taught not to stop learning, and I think we lost that somewhere along the way.
Oh, generation. Yeah. This generation is definitely different, but that's okay. We'll drag them along, kicking and screaming, one way or another. Adam, I know you got to go. Any plugs?
Adam said, I wish you guys would shut up because fire's about to happen. Didn't I just tell you there's a bonfire going on and you guys are still throwing gasoline?
No, man, I don't have anything. It's been a wild week. It's I don't know. I'm ready for a break.
I'll be honest.
I know that.
Oh, I was sitting there getting ready, and then I got pneumonia, or I got bronchitis over the weekend. So I've been on antibiotics, and I'm sitting here coughing before the show, and I threw my back out coughing. So I'm sitting up in bed right now, and I've got a shirt on, making it look like that I'm dressed, but I'm laying in pajama pants.
I've got the bronchitis.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm really glad you made the time to hang out with us.
That's how much I love the drivers, boys.
Guys, that's my phone call. I got to split.
All right, Adam, take care of yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check us out next week. Next week, we've got Box Truckorama. We got Telly Arnold going to be coming out talking about her new platform. And be sure to follow us on LinkedIn, Reddit, Facebook, etc. Please be sure to check us out and come check out the Freight Fraud Task Force when you can. Your check is on the table. Be sure to tip out your servers, and we will see you next time on the Tic Toc Diner.